What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given here with your afternoon snap, and today we're going to be taking another look at this Dracula deck, which is a lot of fun, super powerful, and this game will really show off some of the crazy combo potential that this deck has to offer. Our second location is going to be Kamar-Taj, which will double all of our discard effects that we play there. So we're going to be able to make an absolutely massive Morbius. I'm going to go ahead and drop that on turn 2, and that should get really, really big as we are able to discard a bunch of cards this game. My opponent's going to play a multiple man into the Hellfire Club, and then they're going to snap on turn 3 pretty quickly. So they've probably got some good things too, but we just drew Lockjaw, so I think we're going to be able to compete with this one, and there's definitely some consideration for where you drop Lockjaw in this one, but ultimately I decided to put that into Kamar-Taj. That way I can cycle in and out some discard effects and just discard a whole bunch this game. On turn 4, we are going to wind up drawing Swarm, which is really, really strong in this deck because we can guaranteed discard that twice with Colleen Wing after we get this blade out of our hand as well. And I do have to think about, do I want to play the blade into Kamar-Taj? Because I could also play those swarms into Kamar-Taj next turn, so that could be pretty good for us. And ultimately, I am going to just wind up putting blade in the hub. The other thing that's kind of awkward, if I double blade and then cycle the blade with Lockjaw, there's a very good chance that I wind up just overdrawing swarms in my hand because I'll discard too many of them, which will actually deny me a draw for next turn. So with blade, I'm hoping to hit not swarm. It will be a 50-50. My opponent's going to double Doctor Strange over some multiple men into Kamar-Taj, so they've got quite a lead there, but we are going to grab quite a lead into the Hellfire Club, and then we're going to double Moon Knight my opponent as well, making them discard their Heimdall and their Vulture, and then I'll find a few more swarms from that. I get rid of all of the other relevant cards in my hand, but then I draw a Dracula, which is a pretty powerful effect, and then I will fill up Kamar-Taj with some more swarms. Definitely a little bit of a silly one, but I love when you can get Moon Knight to discard one of your opponent's key cards. That always just feels so good. We're gonna swarm into Colleen Wing, which will get us a few more swarms. Is that double discard swarm, and then, oh yeah, this part's funny. The second swarm becomes a Lady Sif, which is the opposite, discards the highest card in our hand, but the highest card in our hand after we get rid of that Shang-Chi is actually just going to be Swarm. So we're going to wind up with a bunch of swarms going into turn 6. My opponent gives us one more off the top of our deck, and then we draw America Chavez. So we're just going to swarm out here. I do realize that there is a slightly better play after a second. We might as well just play Chavez, and then Dracula can just discard a swarm instead. And we'll definitely be winning the Hellfire Club. That one I'm sure of, but the hub could be close. Though I feel pretty confident there because we're going to have 18 power, which means my opponent can win it with America Chavez, but we discarded their Heimdall, and I can't really think of anything else this deck plays that has 8 power, so I'm feeling pretty good about our chances to win over in the hub with 18 total power. We'll see what my opponent winds up doing, though. They actually do play a card that adds 8 power to the hub, as we'll see in a second. They are going to throw down an arrow, which means this game is going to come down to differential. And we definitely win it on differential with a huge power lead over in Hellfire Club. A really, really close one, getting to come down to just who has the bigger lead in the other location, but we were able to morb out and find the victory. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.